another injury blow for the Kolkata Knight Riders. Opening batsman Ajinkya Rahane has now been ruled out of the remainder of the tournament with a grade 3 hamstring injury. Now, that is a pretty serious injury for those of you who are wondering. It is set to rule him out not only of the IPL but also the India Tour of England that will be happening in June and July. I mean, it is worth noting that this injury has come at absolutely the worst time for Rahane because he's had a very, very mixed IPL. Remember, he started the first few games for the Kolkata Knight Riders, but he didn't show the best of form and was then eventually dropped from the side. But in the last two games, he made a comeback from the bench, and he's done a decent enough job, although again he's not scored as many runs as he probably would have liked. But in their last game he had picked up a bit of a hamstring issue against in the game against the Sunrisers Hyderabad. He had picked up that issue whilst batting, and it is worth noting that he did not also field thereafter. So now it's confirmed that he will in fact be missing out on this on the remainder of the IPL, which is a big blow for Kolkata because they have absolutely struggled with setting up an opening combination that works throughout the season. They've tried a lot of players, not just in the opening division, but even the batting lineup has not looked very sorted. However, with Rahane at the top, even though he didn't score a lot of runs in either of the matches, there was a sense of stability to things, and that is something that they will now have to do without in their last group game and also in the playoff games, assuming of course that they make it, because remember they have a very, very small chance and they will need a lot of results to go their way in order for them to make that top four. But a very bad result, especially for Rahane, because as we said, mixed season. He started off the first few games, then didn't get a look in. He was dropped. Now he comes back in, was looking a bit solid. Remember in the game against Sunrisers, he hit 3 sixes in the innings and not a single 4. So he was finding some rhythm, but he has now been injured and will now be missing out on the remainder of the IPL and also potentially the England tour, because he will be exiting the bubble, and it will take him more than 4 weeks to actually rehab the injury, which would be a problem. He will be going to the NCAA to get this rehab done. And it's not good news for a player whose form and in fact his place in the Indian team has, he's been dropped from the test team, and him getting an IPL gig itself was seen as something of a surprise because last few years he wasn't really doing much of any note in the IPL. His form had been very poor both for the Delhi Capitals and even later days for Rajasthan and other teams. But again, he got picked by the Kolkata Knight Riders, was given a bit of a go, and then just when he seemed to be finding his feet, has been struck down with a bit of bad luck. He's now injured and he will be missing the rest of the tournament. It's a big blow because for Kolkata as well, how much time to recover? I think it will take 4 to 6 weeks. So, I mean, he's missing not only this tournament but potentially even the England tour as well, which is not good news because, again, there was a chance that he might just have gotten a recall. And so it's bad news not just for Indian cricket fans but also for Kolkata fans. Ajinkya Rahane has been ruled out and he will be on the shelf with an injury, and that is bad news for everyone involved. Thank you for again joining us on this short news update that we have. If you enjoyed what it is that we do, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. As always, I will be seeing you guys very soon when we go live ahead of the IPL game later today. Thank you. Goodbye.